do a bike check, and I'm going to, do a bike check. If you follow my Instagram, you can see why I'm doing a bike check. I just got done with this beauty right here. I don't know what to call it. I don't usually give my bikes names. I usually just call them by the manufacturer name. But I'm thinking about naming it. Maybe y'all can give me a name for it. Who knows? You'll hear machinery in the background, but that's because I'm in a basement with furnaces. And I got my trusty tripod so everything's steady enough. Yeah, as you can see here, I can't remember what this bike is called. I cannot remember. That's why I'm gonna give it a name, because I completely forgot the name of the bike. And I fucking completely sanded it, and I was thinking about clear coating it, but the thing is it's hard to get a clear coat on there before it flash rusted. And if it flash rusts, it's just gonna rust under the freaking clear coat. So what I decided to do was just put some really thin oil on it and just leave it. And if if it rubs off, I'm just gonna put more oil on it. You can see some flash rust in some spots. Like, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see the flash rust. You can see I didn't get to that in time, but the oil prevents the rust from spreading, so that's a plus. And as you can see, I just couldn't quite get into the welds, so I just left it as it is. I just left it, don't give a shit. And I don't got back brakes because you can see somebody really fucked up the back brakes. So you can see whoever had it really fucking abused it. You see dents there. And then yeah. I had to take this pedal off. I completely stripped this bike from everything. Bearings, everything. I even stripped the fucking back rim because it needed to be re-oiled. It was completely dry. It was missing one ball, so I had to put a new, redo it and everything. And these axles are a bitch to get exactly perfect, like a perfect tightness to where it ain't too loose and too tight. It is absolutely perfect. Very, very little wiggle. Very little. You can feel a little wiggle, but you need some there so your bearings ain't being crushed. Perfect. And I'm gonna need to take this cog apart and oil it, because if it sounds like, come on, tighten up. If it sounds like that, like, kick up a kickstand. You hear it? That means it's dry. And then I'll grab a bike that's been. It took me a year to get this bike done. I'm not even freaking joking. That's how tough Walmart puts on their paint, or Mongoose, whoever puts on the paint. But that shit is tough. And I'm not gonna stop cussing. And if you compare my Mongoose Crush to that one that's been greased about 2 years ago, there's really no comparison, because, well, there is. You hear this? Listen up. Very little click. Very little. And that's like, it has some, I made a mistake and put animal lard in it, and the animal lard just didn't stay, as you can imagine. And then I got some proper, like, car grease, proper axle grease, and it got kind of mixed in with the it got mixed in with the axle grease. So yeah, and that's dirty. That's been used. That was perfectly fucking clean before I put it on here. Now look at it. And I got my metal pedals. I'm not doing my bike check on this. But yeah, that's after a while, after the grease got settled in and everything. That's what, you know, when it's freshly greased, it makes no sound. But once it gets settled in and everything, it starts making the clicking because it's getting all smooth and, you know, worn in. And I put a lot of grease in that motherfucker. Now back to this. A little bike check on that. As you can see, chain. See, this chain was real easy because there's a master link. It's on the inside. I'm gonna try to show you. Damn. Try to show you where the link is. If I can find it. You know what a master link looks like, even if I don't find it. But yeah, it made it easy. It has a master link. I didn't strip the pedals apart. Maybe I should. I don't know. Look at it. This one over here. This bike was completely overhauled. And look at the pedals. It's got some coast, some spin time to it. You got my handlebars. I'm surprised, and this is some beautiful paint. It's a Rust-Oleum hammer finish. It has some aluminum shavings in it. Very expensive paint. It's like $8 a can. And you can see there's some rust in there from sitting outside, which might not really giving a shit. I care about my bikes. I love my bikes. And of course, if you overhaul a headset, you always have to put more grease into it because you're gonna lose some grease. And especially me sanding, I had to put some grease back in with more flash rust. I had to put damn, I must not really oil that spot, but yeah, I can just sand that down and just re-oil it. And whenever I stripped it and sanded it, I had fucking paint dust on the grease, so I had to take a dry rag and just scoop that contaminated grease out and then put new actual grease in it. So that's all good and it's a perfect tightness. I didn't overhaul the front rim, but I'm gonna get to that. Axles are just a pain in the ass to deal with. That's the very last thing I get to when I procrastinate with the axles. And then I'll show you another problem. That's what happens when you find bikes that some idiot had. You can see here that the brake pad is bent out a little bit. I'd rather have it bent out than bent in, because that'll cause you to be thrown over your handlebars. But you see that it's bent, but it still stops me. I'll probably have to find another brake and put a new one on there. Who knows? Any of this hard damage you see is not from me. I can guarantee that. And I had to replace the wire, and I'll show you the old wire. Actually, I can't show you. I threw it away. And I'll show you something else. The original tire. I think that's pretty much covers all of it. But I'm gonna show you one more thing. You can see the original tire I had on here. It looks original, but it's not. This is the original tire. And you can see it's almost bald. And a screw hole. Freaking screw hole. And what somebody did, instead of they did it like it was a tubeless tire. Instead of replacing the tire, they thought they could fix it with some fix it the way you do the way you fix car tires. You put that freaking sticky piece of rubber in there and then you pull out. That's the way they fixed this. Instead of replacing it, they did it that way. I don't know why. Maybe they're too poor or something. I don't know. I've been there. I've been too poor. But I'll never fucking do that. I go tire hunting quite a bit. I'll go around, ride around neighborhoods and look for discarded tires, like people that strip bikes and then just discard the tire for like they take to like a scrap yard. Yeah, I go around and look for old tires and shit. That's how I get my tires. Alrighty, that's my bike check. That's all I needed to show. My dad ordered my chain for me. I was gonna get to it, but he did it. Alrighty.